Howdy, howdy, this is Blue Otter. Today we are playing Times and Galaxy. Starting with typical going on. Oh, what does Janderbot have to say? Hello, intern Blue Otter. Or should Janderbot say goodbye? Accessing record. You have been an adequately unmessy intern. Others have brought Janderbot much grief / sadness / overtime work. Your mess has been mostly contained to your desk. Mostly. I'm glad I didn't make your job harder. You can now clean that desk, Janderbot. Will you miss me? I think it's just a mostly. Oh, every being here makes Janderbot's job harder. Bringing in mess, parasites, invasive particles. Yet in doing so, they also bring Janderbot purpose. Or so says Janderbot's programming. Your final messes will vanish like all mess does. When faced with Janderbot's mighty and efficient cleaning regimen, other interns will replace you, bringing more or less more than you did. Their messes will cause Janderbot emotion agony too. But few have spoken with Janderbot like you have. Attempted to glimpse the beautiful, tragic truth behind the popular cleaning regimen. So for that, Janderbot thanks you. And we'll save our conversation files to reflect on sometimes. Now leave so you don't scuff the floor any further than you already have. That was really sentimental, Janderbot. 6-dimensional chess. This game was over before it even began, and unfortunately you lost. Try working on your time defense skills. How can I lose a game before I even start unless you forfeit? Did I forget how to run? Yep, game is bugged. Okay, hold on. Much better. Okay. Don't know what the deal was. Hey, Blue Otter. You stayed. What did you decide? I thought you were leaving. Yeah, what did you decide? What does it look like? I'm staying, of course. I'm just packing up my stuff to move to a real desk. Finally getting out of the intern pit. Are you jealous? Yes, blistering, not in the least. Finally, the pit will be much improved. Yeah, not in the least. Sure you aren't. But I mean, it's only natural. I'd be jealous of me. And that's why no one likes you. Hold on, is this? I guess this is the intern pit. I wonder if that's all my stuff, or is that just... Oh. Photography bot. Hey, Space Wad. Heard you're gonna be kicked out soon. Which is great for me. I'd hate to have to actually commit your name to memory. Well, I won't miss you. Well, I'm reporting you to AXVRHR when I leave. I wish you were less mean. Oh, tough Teflon. You should be happy I never bit you. It was seriously tough. You've been extremely biteable ever since you showed up. You should thank me for my uncharacteristic restraint. Who keeps leaving the refrigerator door open, or did I just not notice it all this time? Hey, Pipsqueak. Slow day for crime. Which admittedly is not great for me, but great for the greater Dorp. But with your internship almost over, it gave me time to make you a surprise. Any guesses what it might be? Dumbbells, a contract to stay longer? Yeah, dumbbells? You kidding me? I know I may not actually like it, but there's more to life than getting ripped or getting toned. Besides, dumbbells would be useless to a non-organic being. Very true. No offense. I made you a cake. A protein-rich, high-density super cake. made entirely of portobello. You know, the famed meat plant? It grows fruit that tastes, smells, and looks exactly like raw meat. It bleeds when you cut it. And see those confetti-like details? Plant platelets. Oh, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Yeah, oh, you shouldn't have. I can't eat anything like that. It's the least I could do. You've been a bang-up intern and one righteous Roboreporter. She gives you a backslap that nearly sends you flying across the room. Heck, you deserve a permanent gig here, Bluewater. Moonrock's rooting for you. She takes a fistful of bloody cake, winks, and walks away. Okay, that was something. Fun fact, when I play RPGs and stuff, when I make characters, I actually make my characters vegetarian. I'm not vegetarian, but although, as long as, no, I can never be vegan because I like cheese too much. Do you realize you have been with us for 16 cycles? Yes, I have. I've been asking Ursula what she has planned for you once your internship's over. But so far, I know nothing about your future. What I do know is your present. I have a couple interesting stories this cycle. There's a big robo fight down on Og that Billy can't cover. Oh, and remember those ghosts on Humania? Apparently, one of them died and we're invited to the funeral. Do not ask me how that works. It's why I think it's a story. Ooh, okay. As much as I would want to support Billy with covering the robo fight, the orphan would actually conclude that story. Now that we know that orphans exist thanks to your strong reporting, we have been invited to attend an orphan funeral. I have no idea how orphans even die, not sure I want to know, frankly, but some readers are probably curious. Well, if I can go and look at this, the robo fights from the Grand Og tradition of battling and scrapping. This is a fun one. Robos fight for parts and glory, several shows that run throughout the season. But this is the final bout of something called the All Og Grand Slapdown. The current standing champ, Michael Bot. Demo Bot's my favorite though, a real up-and-comer. Sorry, I'm a bit of a fight fan. Sounds like you should probably cover the, why don't you go do the fight? That's just, yeah, we're gonna cover the funeral. This should be interesting. Cause it's like, cause then I could be like, you know, hey, I brought you this thing, so let's continue to cover. Even though a funeral might sound depressing. Well, they can be very depressing. They can also be kind of just a chance to remember. Intern. Well, not for much longer. Soon to be freelancer. Maybe even staff. Possibly Blue Otter. Who knows? Your future is bright regardless of the handle we use. We are just proud watchers who have a gift for you. A gift for me. You didn't have to. You're proud of me. You're proud of me? We are documenting your journey from that first shuttle crash story to now a seasoned pro of all trades. It brings a bubble to our eye. It's how we cry. And we rarely do. But for you, an exception, which is why we've made this for you. The twins pull out a large book of holopaper. Your name is on the cover. It is a collection of all your clippings. Every story saved for posterity and reflection, and for remembering you, even though we're sure we'll see you again, or your name at least in print. We'll keep this gift here for safekeeping, so we don't forget you. Not that we ever would. Thank you for this gift, intern. You didn't have to do that. We'll treasure it always. So thoughtful on and off the page. We are grateful for the time we've shared and look forward to your glorious future. Did you really just gift me something to give yourself? You did. You just literally said, oh yeah, hey, we bought this on your behalf. Stop heating up your stinky slugs. You literally bought a gift for the intent purpose. You know, it's one thing when you do that for like your dog. It's quite another when you do that as someone else's birthday gift. Because my dog is very thoughtful and always thinks of me for my birthday. I always get him something for his birthday as well. Ursula wants less fear-mongering from me, so here it is. My finest column. An ode to love. To my boyfriend, Gernard Greggs. Oh, that's cute. It seems a bit unusual to put that in the paper. Your finest column? Yeah, oh, that's cute. Well, sure, it is cute. But my love is of vital importance to all of our readers. Most newspaper articles are about facts. Necessary but dull. Columns like mine are where papers get to think and feel and offer something more than just reporting. They're the beating heart of the paper. And sometimes that heart needs to be vulnerable and open instead of tough and questioning. That's what Gernald tells me anyway. And he's right. So this column honors our love. That's nice of you. I'm sure Gernald will love it. But what about after? Yeah, but what will readers think? Yeah, I'm sure he'll like it. I know he will because my column ends in a proposal. I just know he'll say yes because we talk about it before. Then we'll be wed. The social event to see and be seen at. That's just how smooth I am, intern. Wait, you are the new intern, right? I've been here for 16 cycles, Richard. Bah, you all look the same to me. I'm literally the only robot. Well, good luck with your internship. I'm sure you learned a lot from me. No, I didn't. Oh, and most importantly, if you want an official Richard Gravity autograph, send a request and a non-refundable deposit to my fan page. You'll receive a signed glossy photo in 8 to 10 business cycles. That was Gernald's idea. See, he's genius. His genius knows no bounds. One of the many reasons he's deserving of this column. Better finish it without delay. That's your cue to leave. Yeah, didn't have to tell me twice. And furthermore, oh, they hated this one. Blue Otter, read this. Farrell shows you a message, well, more of a screed about one of Farrell's articles. The language, colorful, the tone, unforgiving, and it makes multiple demands that Farrell be fired. Pretty impressive, right? To pull that much hate out of a stranger? Now, to write my response. You're going to reply to this. What was the article about? Happy to have received this awful message. What was the article about? This one was about how archaic the parking rules on Pryto are. A pretty simple story. But Pryto has its system, and you question them at your own risk. Though I feel a bit set up, to be honest. They did name me the questionable one. What else did they expect? Still, I'm very nice in my replies. People like to throw their feelings into letters like these. Cast them off into the world, and then expect me to cower in the face of their opinion. But they rarely expect a direct response, especially not a polite one. I rarely hear back again. What about when you do hear back? I thought you were the questionable one, not the polite one. Nice strategy, being polite is being right. Thanks, I agree. As a questionable one, people expect ridiculous things out of me. But being questionable does not always mean making the most outrageous choices. It's about keeping them guessing. never letting them pin you down, Blue Otter. If you're predictable, they write you off. But if you're unpredictable, some deep part of them wants to see what you'll do next. And that's worth something. That's true. I remember I read several books and I actually stopped reading certain authors because it got to the point where, like, by the second chapter, I could accurately predict what the end of the story would be. A lot of exclamation marks. Ah, Blue Otter. You've caught me at a historic moment for both the paper and myself. After casually discussing the merits and demerits of Pritoed to Joy with Chulin, they recommended that I co-write their next theater review with them. And the play is a classic, spawn-crazy, and exuberant farce, which I originally saw in the West End of space. Congratulations. I'll be reading it as a humble subscriber. Did Arwen go for it? Yeah, congratulations. The next step will be convincing Arwen, but with Chulin's credentials and my superior knowledge, how could they deny us? But in my enthusiasm, I almost forgot. It's almost the end of your time here, is it not? I don't say this often, but you have done excellent work here at Times in Galaxy, Blue Otter. All the best with your future endeavors. Oh, and thank you for the other cycle and lending an antenna about my past life, and for your discretion about it all. I am your humble servant, and honestly, I never say things like that. He bows deeply. Blue Otter! Here we are at the end of your internship. I'm really gonna miss having you on board. I liked your spunk. I'll miss you too. I wonder if I'll get hired. I can't wait to be done with this place. I wonder if I'll get hired. I have a funny feeling you'll be back. You're too good not to keep. We can't let the dorp dealer steal you, can we? But no matter what happens, you have to guess on my podcast. It's called Chillin' with Chulin. I chat with guests about arts, happenings, and all across Dorp. You could even be a regular if you wanted. That sounds great. Oh yeah, I could probably find time for that. I will absolutely pass. No, that sounds great. Great, we can figure out the scheduling later. That's always the hardest part. Ain't that the truth? But I only ask people I really respect. You've done good here, intern. Thanks for everything. I also see Ursula wants to talk to me, so easy does it, and there it is. Another perfect sentence from me. Though I must say, intern, you had a couple winners in your past few stories. Name one of my winning sentences, please. Thank you. I've been learning from the best. I doubt your sentence is perfect. Yeah, I've been learning from the best. You certainly have. It's nice to see my influence in action. I didn't say it was your influence. But that said, don't let it go to your head. Ditto. You're only as good as your next sentence. Eyes on the future, on telling the next story in an honest, compelling way. Which, against all odds, you've managed to start doing. Again, my influence at work. Keep it up, intern. Or should I say, Blue Otter. Go forth and report. I think that's probably, I can go back and change my story. Oh, they've got one of those motivational things. Okay. What does Ursula have for me? Ah, Blue Otter. This is officially the last cycle of your internship, correct? How are you feeling? I'm scared. Can I have a job? I'm confident. No worries at all. How should I be feeling? Well, that's good to hear, I suppose. But don't think that you can slack just because it's your last cycle. I expect you to get out there and bring me a winning article. Can we not go past? I think that's their, that must be their kid. Yeah, there's also like reader comments that you can read. Oh, here we go. I think we're getting to see everybody. Copybot is frantically editing a story. No, 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 no. This is not possible. I lost all my changes. I must work. Please leave me work. Please let me work. You always work. I understand. Can I help? You are kind, but I would never put all this on you. Copybot motions to their desk with scores of hollow notes neatly arranged in rows and piles. Then their demeanor shifts. They frantically gather up all the hollow notes. They seem embarrassed, like there's something in there that you weren't supposed to see. As Copybot struggles to hold all the hollow notes in their steel, now trembling hands, one note falls to the floor. Oh no, wait. Bury me in red sand. I will emerge eons later, rusted, one. Copybot snatches the hollow note out of your hand. Is this some form of creative writing or some kind of creative writing? It is a poem I'm working on, but it is not finished. Copybot tucks the poem away where you can't read another word. I need to get back to work. When he was talking about like losing work and stuff, I actually had a manager that was going through and had like weeks worth of work on a document and lost it all. And I was like, well, were you working on Google Drive? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, so I literally walked him through how to restore an older copy and managed to save his entire spreadsheet with restoring it. Blue Otter. Look, I'm not good at goodbyes or potential goodbyes, so I won't say goodbye. Instead, I'll say, great work, intern, Blue Otter. Solid hustle. You gave it 110%, left it all on the court, or wherever else you were covering a story. Please continue this post-game appraisal of me. My work was adequate, nothing more. I demand you say goodbye to me. Yeah, please continue the post-game appraisal of me. Haha, sure. You always kept your wits about you. Relied on good fundamentals when things got tricky. You pushed back against some really tough stories. Drove the right questions to your subjects. A total team player. That makes me feel good. Thanks, Billy. Sometimes I feel I could have pushed harder. This team will fall apart without me. Yeah, that makes me feel good. Thanks, Billy. Well, you deserve it. You certainly made this newsroom feel lively. The irony that I'm not organic on this. And I hope you get to do so in the future. And just like that, you're off, huh? Sprockets? Bigger and better things. I hope to come back. Definitely bigger and better things than here. I'll miss you, Ed. Yeah, I hope to come back. You've earned yourself a place on this masthead. I don't think it'll be too long till you're back. And if you're lucky, you'll get to stick around for as long as I have. Till then, Sprockets, don't be a stranger. Alright, let's go back to the... I feel like I must have missed one of these or something. I don't know. Yeah, definitely getting a chance to say goodbye to everyone and talk to everyone. Hey, honey, Gears. I wanted to ask you something. You've had time to try a good few of my dishes now. Is there one you like the best? I can't possibly choose. They're all the same to me. There is. That's what I was hoping. What was your favorite then? That should be it. Baked cans, mac and bees, battery salad. Of those three, yeah, we'll go with battery salad. Ooh, great choice. Foodbot's giddy exterior becomes somber for a moment. You know, I hear the internships are coming to an end soon. So I wanted to say, I hope you'll be sticking around. I know the cook beast and I would miss you fierce if you were gone. You've just brightened up this cafeteria. I hope we get to stay. I would miss the beast also. I would miss your cook. Yeah, I hope I get to stay. I hope so too, Sweet Circuits. You grab yourself a nice snack before you go, okay? Do we get to mess with the fly? What is this? A new flavor of NutriChug. What is radical exclamation supposed to taste like? Hi there, Blue Otter. I know you're coming to the end of your contract with us. I thought this might be a good time to test the waters and see if you would be interested in becoming officially affiliated. Are you asking me to join Duja? Affiliated with what? I'd love to. I don't remember what that is. I've slept since I last played this. Oh no. I mean, of course I want you to join Deju too, but I meant going out together. Permanently. No, that sounds too threatening. Consistently. I had such a great time at the Pridocracy show, and it wasn't just the progressive messaging of their songwriting, coupled with some truly out of this galaxy instrumentals. It was being with you. What do you say? I probably shouldn't. I'm seeing a few people. Yes, 1,000 times yes. I had a great time too. I just don't see it something I could commit to something serious. I don't like any of these choices. Why? Why is she putting me in this position? I'm not seeing people. No. Yeah, I can't commit to anything serious. Well, to be clear, a casual relationship isn't really for me. It's like with a union. You're either in or you're out. Sounds like you're out. Your loss. No, that's just not everybody wants that. Crushed hash stew and sealant rings. Yum. What was on the menu today? Crushed canned hash, parched pepperoni and fungus, UV prisms, and mixed sand. Okay. And on to this way. Cause see, I feel like there should be something in here, and I feel like I'm just missing. I missed something. Oh, that must be the meat plant. The portobello seems incredibly sturdy. Must be a bone-in variety of the species. Blue Otter, did you do this? Plant the wallowing weeper? Oh, and 100 thank yous. I've missed this plant so much. But it's just so sad. You're welcome. Now you owe me a favor. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Certainly, it's not this tear-sopped planet's pleasure. Or is it? It looks sad by our usual measures. But really, it's just living life the only way it can. Just like the rest of us, you know, Bowler, everyone else. Crying as it grows, but growing nonetheless. How poetic of me. Not exactly suited for the business section. What is it with everyone writing poems lately? But just as factual all the same. You're literally the third person that has discussed writing poems. This is, I believe, goes to the bridge. Ah, kid, take a look at this. Joe hands you his notebook. He's just finished writing something. And that's when I gained a sturdy little sidekick. Blue Otter was one of the ship's new interns who charmed us all with squeaky knees, unblinking eyes, and unquenchable thirst for the truth. She made this space house finally feel like a space home. My Memories, Volume 2. You made the cut, kid. I'm honored, Joe. Thank you. As sidekick, squeaky, unblinking eyes. You shouldn't be writing here. You should be working here. Yeah, I'm honored, Joe. Thank you. I'm proud of you, kid. I have a high bar for inclusion in the memoir. Not everybody makes the cut. The other intern never so much as said hi. But you and your work here has been very worthy. Look, what I'm trying to say by putting you in here is that I've really taken a shine to you, kid. And once this memoir is rocketing up the bestseller list all over Dorp, everyone will know it too. But until then, we just gotta have more adventures, don't we? See if you can't make it into the memoirs volume 3 as well. That's kind of a nice way to say, hey, I hope we can continue being friends. Hello to my friend Blue Otter. I am enjoying a break right now by making up new constellations. Would you like to help me do this? Yes, I want nothing more to do than this. No, thank you. Isn't it confusing making up new constellations? Yes, I want nothing more to do than this. Yay for you and me. Okay, there is a star right there, and then there's another star to the right of it. Those two stars close to the second one. What should we call it? The 4-star state, the arrow, the friends in the sky. I am loving that so much. Friends in the sky like us. Oh, that is giving me a great idea. Let me guess, another poem? But because it is almost the ending of your internship, I will be giving one constellation the name of Blue Otter. So I am always being reminded of you in the stars. Even though I am hoping you will be here very soon again. But no matter what, now you will always be hanging out in my stars. That's nice. I can't talk to you. I guess technically, Becca said goodbye last time. Kind of, sort of. All right. Now we've got reception bot, med bot. Greetings, Blue Otter. You'd better hurry to your assignment. Yeah. We're working on it. Oh, here's Medbot. Oh, intern. Nice cycle, isn't it? You seem obviously chipper. What's going on with you? Yes, it is. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm completely normal. This is how I always am. However, this cycle is particularly pleasant for one reason. The mechanic repaired the coffee machine. Finally, I can get my delicious bean liquid fix. I don't even have to drag myself over there. Though infuriating shuttle bots are shockingly easy to bribe. That's morally bankrupt. It's my last cycle as intern. Yeah, that's awesome. Right? They love it, those devious little things. I think they like being involved in something. Anyway, you should leave me alone now. I'm not busy or anything, just sick of talking to you. And that's why no one likes you, Medbot. Blue Otter! I heard it's your last cycle. How are you feeling? Excited, I'm finally done. Scared, I don't know what's next. I don't know how to feel. I'm excited that I'm done. I'm looking forward to new possibilities. That must feel great. Moving on from being an intern. I never interned, but I do remember when I first got the job here. It was so exciting leaving Og, meeting the rest of the crew. But it was a bit sad too. Leaving people I cared about. I really hope you get to stay. But even if you don't, you carry those memories with you, you know? Places you lived, places you worked. You can even miss a desk, I think. It's so silly. But sometimes I miss the tool bench I had on Og. There was nothing all that special about it, but I miss it anyways. good luck with whatever your next endeavor is, Blue Otter. I hope to see you in my shuttle bay again. Beep. Okay, I was like, is that Shuttlebot X? That's not Shuttlebot X. Shuttlebot X is probably back here in... Okay, let's come over. Let's start by going over here. Does Barry have anything to say? Barry seems somewhat sober and somber this cycle. Barry, are you gonna miss me if I leave? Barry, would you consider us pals? Can't wait to get out of here forever. Goodbye forever, Barry. Barry, would you consider us pals? With, oh, a heart, a true expression of your friendship. You did become pals with Barry. It's been a wild ride, hasn't it? Farewell, Barry. For now, at least. Hey, Blue Otter. I heard your interview Zeal Prime. That's so cool. Were they really huge? Wait, don't tell me. No, do tell me. They were massive. I shouldn't say they weren't that big. Yeah, they were massive. Oh, that's so cool. Wow, just imagining it. Oh, I'd be way too nervous. My conversational circuits would have shorted out, I bet. But hey, this is your last cycle, right? Before your internship ends? The cycle just flew by. Or the cycles just flew by. Hopefully I get to say, I'll see you again, Sweet Gears. Can't wait to move on. Yeah, hopefully I get to stay. That would be great. Aw, Quark, I really miss you if you left. But I get it. There's all kinds of space to see out there. If I couldn't stay on the scanner, I think I'd go back to Og. Fix up bots, make scrap contraptions. That might be nice. What about you? If you had to pick a planet to kick it on? Manuscool, Proto for sure. I go to Og. Well, humanity, I think I go to Proto. Ooh, Proto would be awesome. All those cool domes, the weather phenomenons, the crystals. I'd like to see it myself. Sounds fun. But don't forget about the scanner if you go. You gotta keep us in your memory banks. And I'll keep you in mine. There we go. Where is Pilotbot? Sometimes I just think about where I'd be if you hadn't taken me home with you. I guess what I mean to say is that I'm grateful. Yeah, that's right. I can be serious sometimes. Go write a story about it or something. Aren't you like wanted or something? Okay. Are you ready to head out to assignment? Let's do it. Your last story before the end of your internship. Make it count, and maybe they'll let you stay. If not, Glares in the mall is probably hiring. Well, that's no pressure. Requiem for Basement. Oh, right. I forgot we were doing the funeral. All right. Our intrepid friend, you are here. Much has changed in our realm since you broke your story, yet even more remains unchanged. Do you see? This is one of such unchanging events, as long as there have been orphans, and we think that's probably forever. There will have been the Sissipate celebration. Come, enter, be welcome, and show respect. Sample the scents, have a word with our piper called What Is That, or for short, What? One of our community's newest and tiniest joins us today as well. Rejoice, the Suppet feast begins. I was going to talk to you first. Please call me I'm scared. Hi there, what species might you be? Is I'm scared your given name? How do you find yourself at the ceremony today? I came here the same way I go anywhere. By hoverboarding. If I can't be naturally floating like an orphan, I could do my best to kind of copy it, you know? The only thing is, Tim hangs his be-robed head. My charge ran out on the way here, so in the end I showed up on foot, like a total human loser. How did you first hear about orphan culture? What human sect were you born into? Where did you get all this dirt on the ceremony? Yeah. Where did you first hear about the orphan culture? I read your story and I couldn't stop thinking about them. These guys around me all the time who could fly and had all these other invisible friends and could have all these this secret fun. They just seemed so free. How were you able to see orphans? Have you been received by the orphan community? It's very flattering to hear how the story affected you. How have you been received by the orphan community? It's been okay. They let me hang around, and I like to think they don't float as much as they usually do when I'm there. I do get hungry hanging with them all the time, though. No matter how hard I try, I can't get smells to fill me up. Don't tell anyone, but I snuck a hot dog in today. What exactly do you know about the ceremony today? Do your friends down under think of your business in the orphans? Would they disapprove of the dog? What dog? What exactly do you know about the ceremony today? There is definitely a fork and knife portion of the day. That's what I've heard, but I can't really figure it out. I'm not exactly in the inner circle yet, but one day. What does that mean, be part of the ceremony mean to you? Yeah, I guess I've never really been a part of something so organized but so organic, which is ironic since I live in the dirt. Anyway, it's been real nice talking to you. I can't believe I'm going to be in a piece by the writer who changed my going nowhere life. And please call me I'm scared. Just don't call me late for the fork and knife event. A bit of orphan humor. Bye. He wiggles around, but is not quite wavy gravy. Interesting. Our herald, you have returned. Take part, observe, enjoy. The sitting off of the departed in this case. Beloved community member Basement is huge for us. Have you participated in similar ceremonies? Do you know the departed well? What is your role in the ceremony? Have you participated in what is your role? I'm in attendance in an official capacity as diplomat, president, mayor, regent, supervisor, prefect, dad, king, senator, duke, and yet none of these. Does that answer your question? No. Have things changed at all since TNG broke your story? How often do these end of ceremonies occur in your community? Basement's death was a freak occurrence. As in, it could only befall such a lovable freak as Basement. They had wandered out after a storm when the trees are most fragrant to bring a fallen fir back to the community for feasting. But it turns out the storm was not yet through, and the rain began again. Basements sought shelter but ended up soaked through a wet basement. With each falling drop of rain, their particles dissipated until there was nothing more left of our friend. I'm so sorry for your loss. Where do their particles go when they dissipate? Does this ritual today help you process? Okay, this one can be expresses condolences but doesn't do anything to advance the story or information, which is important. This one seems insensitive, although looking at it from a scientific perspective, it's like, where does your soul go when you die? It feels like that's what that's asking. Does a ritual help you process today? So this is the one I'm going to go to. Oh, certainly it does. I couldn't imagine saying goodbye to a community member without the sepate ceremony. And how else would we dispose of Basement's robes? Laughable, really. But don't take my word for it. Talk to the other folks here. See what it has meant to them. Is there anything more you'd like to tell me about this process? Thank you for being so generous with an outsider. You know, I'm gonna go for the it's not gonna advance the story. Thank you for being so generous. You know, the most significant part of Basement's passing has in many ways already happened. Last night, perhaps you heard it, the clap of thunder in the sky. Well, that was our pal Basement. And yes, that is true of all thunder. Every time a thunder claps, an orphan has been dissipated. Quite beautiful when you think of it. Yikes' eyes have welled up with blood. They grin through the tears. Pardon me, there are many details which need attending to. For example, where are that fork and knife? A funeral bower made of scent-heavy items, apple, tea bags, flowers, lemon verbena, tied together, and ye offering a pungent fern. Robe of the dispirited, the deceased's former robe, a standard white nightdress looking garment containing a few tears and one ketchup stain. Interesting. All right, there's Quasar. Now that I can see them, these orphans sure are photogenic, especially while they're doing, well, whatever it is they're doing here. Ed, I don't know how to report on this. What makes them so photogenic? I think they are celebrating something. Yeah, it definitely feels celebratory. The fashion alone and what it means, that's what we're here to find out, right? If I had any advice, it'd be this. Don't pretend to already be an expert, that you've seen it all. These orphans and our readers will see right through it. Be authentic and don't lie. Got it. I was already doing that. Just go ask questions and learn, find out what it is that they're celebrating. And if you get a chance, maybe ask that tall moth where they got their coat. It's lovely. Tall moth. Here, we'll do next person. Do you mind if I prepare myself while we converse? What does preparing yourself entail? Please introduce yourself and state your role here. What was your relationship to the dissipated? I think this one. What does preparing yourself entail? Oh, nothing much. Just an utter hollowing out of my form, that the winds may enter and play me. Play you? How does one hollow out their form? What will be played? Yeah, play you? Perhaps I should start from the beginning. My name is What, short for what is that? Hee hee. And I am the hired piper for the ceremony. I am first chair on my wind instrument, which you see here. I don't see anything, I'm afraid I don't understand. Where? Right in front of you. Look. They make their body wavy gravy. It is extreme, the waviest, and by far the graviest. So you turn your body into an instrument. Sounds like quite an honor. Have you met others with the talent? Yeah, so you turn your body into an instrument. An instrument, yes. That is what I've been telling you all along. I have been gifted with utter emptiness. I remove everything from inside me as one would empty their pockets, and let the wind pipe through my empty corporeal form, creating a hallowed and hollowed tune. Hee. Just a bit of piping humor. Have you ever met others with this talent? Do you feel nervous before playing an event? What kind of song will you think the wind will play for the ceremony? Have you ever met others with this talent? I have heard tell of a master piper who lives in the mist a long way from here, and whose lonely song on quiet nights can sometimes be heard on the breeze. They become very quiet. You listen. You listen. Not right now, though. Do you ever feel nervous playing before an event? Is it ever lonely? What kind of song do you think will be? Yeah, we'll play for the ceremony. Now the wind is notoriously unpredictable, but I would say, judging by the sensation of the velocity of the current gusts, we're looking at a piece that is going to amble gently with as many crashing crescendos as there are descending glissnados. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to hollow my bones to nothingness. Cheers. Yeah, I found that sometimes if you ask the more general questions, sometimes it will narrow in scope. Okay, we got the little tiny one here. Can you believe me luck? My first dissipate ceremony. So soon after my coming into the world, I'm floating off the walls with excitement. Wee. When did you come into this world? What exactly is this? What are you most excited about? How do I even choose? The bower I can't get enough of. Have you smelt it yet? Or smelled it yet? Gadzooks made us a real feast, and I've never seen a piper before. But I heard the music is so beautiful, so beautiful. There won't be a dry eye under the moon. Just try not to rust. Aren't you afraid of being so close to the river? What exactly is this? But who told you about all this? Yeah, what exactly is this dissipate ceremony? I know more than you. This has got to be an all-time #1 first for me. Yes, zoom, chalk it up for the tiny. The dissipate ceremony is a ceremony for an orphan who is no longer here. In this case, Basement, a member of our community for hundreds of years. Ah, that is a measure of time here on Humania. Basement got trapped in a rainstorm, thereby putting an end to his very, 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 very long life. We're here to say goodbye, so long. Join particles with you in the next life, Basement. Basement. Why is the ceremony so close to the river? You're such a new orphan. Who has taught you all this? Okay, I don't understand this question, so we're gonna go with why is the ceremony so close to the river? That's part of it. Here we are on the plain, the precipice, the brink, between being alive and being flipping dissipated. The ceremony is so close to the water as a reminder. You see, today we celebrate our dissipated comrade Basement by remembering that we could be joining them at any time. No one knows when this life will end. He blinks at you with his huge eyes. I love my creepy species so much. And so does 3 flips in the air. Is this a joyful ceremony thing? And now basement particles will roam the universe looking to be reborn? I think it is joyful. It sounds like it's joyful. This just sounds like I'm making assumptions. It is, like everything I am learning, totally mixed. We mourn, we rejoice, the Mothman feasts. You know how it is. I'm so excited. I'm going to get one more whiff of the bower before the formal stuff starts. Ain't it good to be alive? No offense to Basement. Whee! Oh, we've got the Mothman there. All right, we got 2 more people. I would have liked for you to be quick. It has been a busy day for me. Hello, I will have been Gadzook's unofficial planner around these parts. The bower will have been mine. Tell me more about the bower. What is the unofficial parliament? So you organize all this. Yeah, tell me more about the bower. It will have been that arch yonder. You could have no idea that amount of work it requires. Sourcing the materials at their most fragrant. Weaving them together by hand. Literally, I will have had the community's most notoriously spindly fingers, and they come in handy. Was that a pun? You speak a bit differently from your friends here. Did you get any acknowledgement for your work? Or for this work? Any acknowledgement would be better than the pittance I will have received for all my efforts. Thank you, Gadzooks. None of this will have been possible without you, Gadzooks. Even just a hug. Gadzooks, do orphans hug? How do orphans hug? When two orphans love each other very much, and they want to share that love, they open their gaping mouths very wide. This sounds like this is going into PG-13 to R, to release the hug monster. A small endoskeleton that lives inside our bodies, and the hug monster's embrace. I see. Is there anything you looking forward to the ceremonies? Are you hugging often? Anyone? What happens to the rest of your physical form when you're hugging? You know, I think we're good with that. Let's see. Is there anything else that you're wanting to know? Looking forward to with the ceremony. I must say, I will have been a great fan of Cispate music. And today we have one of the community's best pipers. That should calm my steady nerves. Have you talked to them? You should. I already did. And now we have, oh, that's the, a wildly large and ornate ceremony, and also practical fork and knife, an integral part of the orphan's end-of-life ritual. Okay, now we have the Mothman. An esteemed guest, charmed. I am the Mothman. Please tell me more. Yes, I can see that. What's a Mothman? I consume the robes of the dearly dissipated. In this case, dear basement, what do you mean consume the robes? How do robes taste? Is robe consumption all an official part of this? I think consume the robes is pretty like understandable. How do robes taste? Is robe consumption all an official part of this? It is. When an orphan departs this plane, their body dissipates entirely, leaving little for those left behind to attach their grief onto. The robe provides just that. Though their body has already departed, the eating of the robe provides the community a chance to say goodbye, and provides me with a delicious snack. So you enjoy your job? That sounds like an important role. How long have you been doing this? Yeah, that sounds like an important role. Oh, I am told it is tremendous service to the orphan community. Though the significance for me is merely a full gut. And of course, the satisfaction of having made a difference to my appetite. Do you have any personal relationships with the orphans? What is your relationship with death? Are there other Mothmen across Humania? Let's go for the heavy hitter. What is your own relationship with death? Death? Why on Humania would you ask me about that? Oh, you think my role in the ushering forth of the physical orphan being into the next plane makes me some kind of authority on the next plane itself? I didn't say that. You're projecting as much as I was. It's just as much of a mystery as it is to me This is to you, Pally. And let me tell you this. A moth's life cycle is much shorter than that of an orphan. Or a robo, for that matter. I wish you'd never brought it up. I apologize. I just thought it would be on your mind. No one has asked that before. Any final thought? Yeah, I apologize. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get my mandibles on straight. The Anticipate ceremony needs a steady steady vicar. Very important ceremony consumer and eater. Good day. Yeah, probably not the best thing to ask. Okay, let's go ahead and write our story. Funeral held on humanity. Okay, no one's gonna care about that. Strange ceremony involving giant moth. New species fad taking over. Really, is that it? We'll have strange ceremony involving giant moth. New species fad taking over. But that gives -2 reputation. We're just gonna do this. Orphans held a ceremony to honor one of their dead by the name of Basement. Sudden storm combined with the strange biology of the orphans was ultimately the cause of Basement's untimely demise. So yeah, freak accident. Basement was tragically dissipated during a sudden storm while collecting a fallen fir tree. The sound of thunder marks the dissipation of the orphan. So it looks like, yeah, when he was out going and getting a tree. No one had anything interesting to say. An orphan's robe is as varied and unique as a flavor as the flickering of a candle in the eyes, said the Mothman in anticipation of the ceremony. I have been gifted with the utter emptiness, said what is that? The piper hired for the ceremony. I have heard tell of Master Piper who lives in the mist, said what is that? I liked this one. An orphan's robe is as varied and unique a flavor. Suspect ceremony is thought to be as old as the orphans themselves. The ceremony featured a large knife and fork to be used by the Mothman while consuming the robes. That makes sense. The bower of scented items was constructed for attendees to feast on using fragrant items such as apples and tea bags. Yikes identified themselves as a diplomat, president, mayor, regent, supervisor, among other roles, and yet explained they are also none of these. That doesn't make any difference to the story. Ceremony is held close to the water as a reminder of the fragility of orphan life. I would kind of want to do this, but that's not going to help my readership. Rosemary, you know what? I don't need it. It was close to, yeah, it's close to the, remind of orphan life. Okay, let's go back. Would you like to file your story? Yes. All right, so we have strange ceremony involving a giant mouth. Sunstorm combined with the strange biology of the orphans was ultimately the cause of the basement's untimely demise. Basement was tragically dissipated during a sudden storm when collecting a fallen fir tree. An orphan's robe is a very unique flavor as the flickering of a candle is to the eyes, said the Mothman in anticipation of the ceremony. The ceremony is held close to the water as a reminder of the fragility of orphan life. So it's 1 1 1 3 4 no 3 4. Yeah, it's not gonna be a big story, but I got 10 out of 11. I got this 6 out of 6. I got all of it last time. Wow, you really dug deep on that story. And we have 17. I just got a bunch of Steam achievements on here. There's a do more, finish your internship with majority information coverage. flying off the stands, finish your internship with good readership numbers, with good reputation. We're going into cycle 17. So thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day, and I will see you next time.